At first glance, a battery might be just a box that holds power. But then you start to hear all the marketing terms, sales pitches, and engineering speech, and start to realize that they might be a bit more intricate. Hi, I'm Soares, Director of Product Management for Stationary Products at C&D. I'll be covering 4 important misconceptions about lead-acid batteries and help you navigate through all the noise to understand what they are and how they can impact you. Number 1. Thin plate pure lead, TPPL, is the only true pure lead battery. Thin plate pure lead, often referred to as TPPL, has been around for a very long time. Thanks to many mergers and acquisitions over the years, it has been deployed in many different applications, both automotive and stationary side. But is it the only true pure lead battery? Let me ask you this. Is Kleenex the only facial tissue? No. It's just one of the most popular brands. Each one of us will have different needs that might be better suited by other brands. The same happens in the battery industry. At the end of the day, all battery manufacturers are striving to achieve the same result: extend the life of its batteries without sacrificing performance. The truth is, there is no industry standard on how to make a pure lead battery, or even an agreement of what one is. So next time you hear this term, take a step back and remember what your goals are. Then rely on strong partners like us with over 120 years of battery experience to explain how our solutions can best help you achieve these goals. Number 2, only pure lead grids will help increase battery life. This is false. Saying that only pure lead grids will help increase battery life is like saying that only my grandma can make a good chocolate cake. But I can guarantee you that your grandma has a very different recipe and would disagree with that, right? The goal is the same, but the means to achieve it are very different. There are 2 components that are key to make a good battery: the grid and the paste. The grid will corrode over time, just like the paste will dry out over time. Those are the primary ways in which a battery will reach the end of its life. If the goal is to build the best battery possible, you need to focus on both the grid and the paste, keeping in mind how to improve the unique aspects of each. As a bonus, you also have the terminals. While they won't impact the battery life, they will certainly impact how you interact with them. Top terminal batteries are easily interchangeable, but can make harder to maintain due to lack of space between terminals and shelves. Front terminal batteries, on the other hand, will usually have more power and are easier to install, safer to maintain. But like the chocolate cake, there are different variations of those designs, so look for the ones that don't require any additional brackets to have the terminals in the front, and with all the connections done internally. Number 3, certifications can increase power per square footage. Certifications can be very confusing, and some manufacturers would even claim they can make a difference in power per square footage versus non-certified products. Although these claims might sound good, they hardly have any data to back them up. Like the kid on the street that always claims he's the best player ever, but only gets picked because he owns the ball. Here's a quick look at the main certifications currently impacting the battery market and what they mean. UL 9540 and 9540A. UL 9540 is a certification related to fire safety of energy storage systems. It evaluates the fire propagation from the individual component all the way to a system level. 9540A is simply the test method used to achieve the 9540 certification. NFPA 855. NFPA 855 is the standard for the installation of stationary energy storage systems, and it provides a comprehensive set of rules and guidelines for installing, operating, and maintaining them. Although it is mostly applied to lithium-ion batteries, there have been many instances in which local jurisdictions have tried to apply it to lead-acid batteries. UL 1973. This standard was developed to validate the safety, reliability, and performance of batteries in stationary applications. This is currently the highest rating a single battery can achieve by itself before it gets grouped as a system and evaluated for 9540. IEEE 1188 is the industry standard for how to take care of the lead-acid batteries. It focuses on recommended best practices for maintenance, testing, and replacement of them in stationary applications. It also establishes what the industry uses to determine the end of life, which is 80%. As you can see, none of these standards mentioned above have a direct impact on your power per square footage, but they are extremely important for batteries and could have a big impact on your installation. Number 4, key differences in case materials. While batteries might look alike, the case that they use can be made from different materials. It's easy to overlook them if they do their job, but it is important to have a better understanding of how they're made. Primary goal of the case is, of course, to keep everything that's inside the battery, inside the battery. Besides giving its overall dimension and external look, protection is a crucial part of its role, and it can come in the form of shock absorption, leak protection, and fire protection. The two most common materials used for cases are ABS plastic and polypropylene. Let's look at a quick comparison between them. Physical characteristics. Both ABS and polypropylene perform well at this, with many similarities and a few differences. ABS is a more rigid material, while polypropylene is a softer material. This means at first glance, ABS could hold its shape better over time and be more impact resistant. On the other hand, the softness of polypropylene can help better deal with temperature and pressure swings without cracking. You might see them both a little bit depending on the application, but that is on purpose. Chemical resistance. While both are good, polypropylene has an advantage here as it doesn't absorb as much water and moisture as ABS and is superior in terms of chemical resistance. With the battery itself being a big ongoing chemical reaction, it is very important to keep what's inside, and of course, avoid any leaks. Fire protection. Fire resistance is measured and defined by the UL 94 standard. While there are other classifications such as HB or 5VA and 5VB, the most common ones we will see in stationary batteries are V0, V1, and V2. The UL classification is the most important aspect to keep in mind, regardless of material type, with V0 being the best. As you can see, there is a lot more about batteries than meets the eye. Whether we're talking about different chemistries, certifications, or even cases, it takes a lot to manufacture a premium product that will last the testament of time. Here at C&D, we're proud to have been leading the manufacturing and innovation of these batteries for the past 120 years, and are looking forward to the challenges that the next 120 years will bring.